MMA is a passion, a lifestyle, a religion. If you're into MMA like I am, then your spot for everything MMA is the Las Vegas Fight Shop.
2 locations, one at Miracle Mile behind Planet Hollywood, and the other at the Fashion Show Mall.
Las Vegas Fight Shop carries all the cool MMA brands: Affliction, Tap Out, Silver Star, Skin, Extreme Couture, Bad Boy, and dozens more. It's the Las Vegas Fight Shop. And mention ESPN Radio 1100 or DC in the Sunshine Man. You get 10% off your total purchase. Well, let's make a transition to a guy who puts some of these elite strikers to a test like that. Frank Trigg is here. I'm Steve Cofield. It's the MMA Insiders in Vegas. Joe Warren.
Thanks for having me.
Now, we appreciate a couple minutes. Well, first of all, before we get into the discussion of wrestling and how it works in MMA, I talked to you yesterday. Now, I know you're upset. Keep the language clean. It's over-the-air radio. But you are not happy to hear that your fight coming up was canceled.
Yeah, not happy at all. I sacrificed a lot getting myself ready for it, so I felt like it's helped me out as an all-around fighter, but I had some Brazilian to beat the crap out of before I felt better about that. And I guess he hurt his hand, there's things happening in fighting. Hopefully he actually hurt his hand and he's not pulling out of it. But I've heard he actually did hurt his hand and thumb, so we will fight again. It just won't be in 2 weeks.
What do you do now for the rest of the summer? Because you're trying to peak at a certain moment. You need the fights, too.
Yeah, 135 tournament starts September 24th.
Yeah.
So I'll have 3 fights, 3 months there. And then, so pretty much just train through it, keep training. And I still got a little bit of wrestling to do here at the end of the year, December and February.
Where are you wrestling at December and February?
The U.S. Open, it's the beginning of the Olympic team trials. So you have to go to the U.S. Open, place there, and then Olympic team trials is in February. So make a little run at that after I get this 35 belt.
So you're looking at trying to fight, like you've already peaked for a camp that you're supposed to fight. They canceled it. We're looking at July. You now have to train for another 2.5 months to get ready for the tournament. That's a long time to train after just coming out of training camp.
Full time, man. Since I can remember, I've been in the wrestling room training day in and day out.
Yeah, but you still take time off. There's still breaks.
As young as I am in fighting, I need to be in there training hard like that. My whole concern is the layoff time between fights. I'm new at it, so I still need to be in there and fighting. I can't simulate a live fighting match like I can simulate a live wrestling match. It doesn't go down the way you ever expect it to. Someone gets hurt, someone gets cut. You can't simulate a live fight like you can a live wrestling match. So I feel like the only way I'm learning right now is in the ring.
Who are you working with?
Right now I'm working, I moved Daniel Aguiar. He's a black belt jiu-jitsu under Henzo. He lives out here now full-time with me. And Mark Montoya works with my hands. I still work full-time with Jorgensen and Kit Cope and Faber's crew. But these guys are in Denver, so I'm working with them every single day. Next week, Faber comes out here. Jorgensen comes out here, and then probably get out there and Faber's roll with a bunch of those little guys out there before this tournament starts.
Bellator 145 champ Joe Warren is with us. He had a fight coming up against Pitbull, who was canceled, so now he's waiting for the 135 tournament. It's pretty unique to be able to survive and thrive in 2 weight classes. You think you'll be able to do it long term?
I never really wanted to fight 145. They just offered a lot of money, so I came over and said, why not? But I weigh 145 today, 148. So I'll keep that belt as long as possible. If I have to keep just defending it, it's a great place to be at. I've always said it's easier at the top than at the bottom. At least you're fighting a lot of hardcore fighters, but I'm getting better every single time. Now, I can't tell you that every single one of those fighters are going to get better every single fight. So it's a bonus for me to have the belt right now and to get this 35 belt. And then I'm just going to stay focused on keeping both of them.
What was your opinion on Cruz and Faber?
2 takedowns, Faber wins that fight. But, I had a long conversation with him just the last few days, and he's upset. But, it's a stylistic matchup, he hit him a few times hard, dropped him on his butt. He needs to let pretty much everything go and chase after that and try to finish that fight. The only reason you don't chase after a guy when you drop him is if you're afraid to get submitted. So I feel like if he would have pushed the pace a little bit more when he was in there, he had the conditioning, and I think he would have got that win. But he moved real well. I'm impressed with Dominic every time he goes out there. I just I'll probably be fighting both of them one of these days soon, you know.
Right now, could you compete with Dominic and his style? Could you get him against the cage? Could you get him down and then keep him down?
You got to remember who you're talking to.
Well, I know you're not going to say no. I know I'm talking to you that way.
Joe, let me help with my co-host here.
Guys, man, I'm the baddest dude around at this size.
Joe, I'm going to help out.
If it gets into a tough fight, I win that fight.
I'm going to help out my co-host here. It's not a question of you can be able to, take him down or hold him down. It's how long do you want to hold him down and when do you want to take him down?
Exactly. Exactly what you said. It's the difference between a great wrestler and a wrestler that's good is you grab an athletic guy like that. If you can take him down, hold him down, and hurt him without him getting back up. And a real explosive athlete, he gets back up. So if you can be ready for him, no matter what, to come back up and be able to return him and take some gas out of him, that's something that's hard to learn in wrestling unless you have a long background in collegiate wrestling.
See, that's what I thought Faber was going to do. That was when I saw the Faber Cruz fight.
I've been screaming at him for last year, His hands are so good. He's so confident in his hands, and he hits so hard, that he really believed he was knocking him out, and as well as I do, in a fight, it's easy to talk afterwards. At the time, it feels like everything's flying by.
Yeah.
It's hard to make a change at that point. But I think 2 takedowns in that fight's different, but we might see the fight again.
Yeah, no, we should, absolutely, hopefully in the next year or so. So how long is your deal with Bellator?
Another year with the 35 tournament. So probably at the end of 2012.
And you're enjoying it? You like being with that promotion? You're not.
Yeah. I mean, there's really no reason for it. I fight for money, and I make the money. So, I wrestle for pride. This is a job for me, and I'm getting better at my job. So they are helping me out every chance they get a chance, and they're promoting me real well. And so I enjoy being with Bellator. I like the organization, MTV2. I'm a big UFC fan also, so I just don't fight for them yet, and I think if I can keep a home in Bellator for as long as I can and make the same amount of money, then, yeah, I'm happy. But, someday.
Yeah.
Someday I'll get over there and get busy.
Hey, one last thing. You speak your mind. We're talking to Joe Warren. It's Frank Trigg and Steve Cofield here, the MMA Insiders in Vegas. When you watch some of the other guys out there, like we talked about Chael Sonnen earlier, and it's Chael's personality. He's a trash talker. He's a good promoter.
Yeah.
Do you watch some of the guys and hear them talk before fights and just think to yourself, like, do you guys get it? Like, if you say nothing, there has to be that extra hook.
Well, Chael and me grew up wrestling together. He was a very good Greco-Roman wrestler. I mean, he was a world champ in university level for us. We were on the same team, and so the guy knows how to wrestle. So he's one of the better wrestlers. I mean, he trash talks a little bit different. Sometimes it feels like he's trying to do it.
Yeah.
Me, I'm just talking shit because that's what I do. I mean, I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm just telling you the truth. Right. Yeah, it all depends. I mean, you have to be marketable also to the public, and a lot of people like a little bit of that trash talk.
Yep. All right, Joe. Hey, we appreciate a couple minutes. Let's get you on down the road.
Thanks for having me, guys. Anytime.
There you go, Joe Warren. Good character, really elite wrestling background, but it's that learning curve. He's got to get it quickly here and get the hands and.
Yeah, he's right.
The sub-defense.
Keep fighting. The more he fights, the better he's going to get. He's right. I didn't think about it because I forgot because I've been fighting for so long that sometimes guys need 6 fights in a year, 8 fights in a year.
Yep.
He's about to get it.
Inside MMA on HDNet.
Yep.
Apparently, there was some good stuff from you.
Yeah, I actually announced my fight. I'm fighting September 10th over in Bama against Tom Watson for the title. So I'm back in the title hunt against a low-level 85-pounder. Let's not get outrageous here. And then called out Dennis Hallman on his hormone replacement therapy. And we kind of got into it a little bit. But Dennis and I have a history of kind of getting after it. So
It's good, though. That's what the show's for, right?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Let's debate. Let's do it.
Got on it. I liked it.